Welcome to ESL Trackside. We are at Martinsville for week 2 for some short track racing. Week 1 definitely was a wild one at Daytona. Let's take a look at, let's go around the league and just talk a little bit about week 1. In the modifieds, we had Sebastian. You know, his story is kind of wild. You know, he joins the league. He signs with DOG, the race team, and he just wins his first race. I mean, that's not something that everybody can say they have done. It's a very rare thing in this league. Can he do? Can he have the same performance again? You know, can he do it? Can he put together another great race? I don't know. It's gonna be tough, but maybe he's trying to show everyone he is for real. We will see what he can do at week 2 in the modified series. In the late models, it was David Leathers. He was back at it in his winning ways in Oval. He is a proven champion. He is a champion in Oval. In the Cup Series, he was a champion in multi-class. So he is a proven champion, and he decided to go back to Oval. We'll see, what he can do in the late models, but I'm sure this is not the first and last time we're calling his name. I'm sure he's gonna put together a good season. In the ARCA, that race was definitely wild. We had so many cautions. Um, it was definitely a survival of the fittest race in ARCA. But at the end of the day, Ralph Lumley, he came out on top. He stayed clean. He had a great strategy, by the way. He did not pit the whole race. I think there was only 2 drivers that did that, and he was one of them. Because of all the caution laps, he was able to save so much fuel and stay on the track the whole race, and it paid off. He ended up winning the race, got into victory lane, gave DOG their second win of the week, and they're trying to show everyone that team is for real. So we will see what they can put together this week as a team. In the next gen, that was a great race. It was a lot of back and forth, but towards the end, Amelia Rose, CJ was leading the race with 1 to go, and Amelia Rose makes a pass on the outside to take the lead and win the race. And the crazy thing is, both Amelia Rose and CJ struggled during the race. I know CJ almost got lapped. I'm not sure if Rose did, but I know Rose was out the draft at one point in the race. It wasn't looking good at all. And both of those drivers, they did not quit. They ended up hanging around. They stayed on the lead lap, and they were there at the end and made a run. And because of that, Rose put the blue in the victory lane. And once again, that team, they bring great cars to the track every week. We'll see what they do in a short track this week. In the multi-class A, we have 4 classes there, and we had 4 different winners. In the LMP class, Evan Ethel won easy. Was very strong all race. Can he do that this week? We will see, but he definitely looked great in week 1. Adam Jones won in the GTE class. In the GT3 class, Bobby Leo Moxon, he won. Apex Predator Racing, they switched cars. A lot of teams ditched the Mercedes after having issues last season. And Apex was one of them. They switched to the Lamborghini, and so far that switch is paying off for them. And they're starting off the season with they're starting off pretty well, getting a win. In the Porsche 992 class, it was Hans Kleinfield from Desperado Racing with the win, and those were your four winners for multi-class A series. In the B series, you had Sharada Kapoor. She won the supercars, and for Brazil, stock car was David Stone from Can-Am Racing, and in the touring car was Chris Lee, and he looked very strong. He was dominant most of that race. The only other car that I thought would have a chance to win was Ace Blade, but then he got wrecked, and then he just wasn't the same after that. But Chris Lee is a driver to look out for moving forward, for sure. If he can maintain that speed at different tracks, he's definitely going to be in the mix towards the end for a championship in that class. For the oval standings, team standings, Northern Lights Racing is your team leading in the oval standings. They're up by 30. Low Fuel Racing is second. The Brew Crew is third. Apex Predator Racing is fourth. Desperado Racing is fifth. Delusions of Grandeur is sixth, and Can-Am Racing is seventh. Out of those teams, the Brew Crew had a win, has so far one win this season. Oval, Apex has one, and DLG has two. So DLG, even though they're in sixth, they are showing the league they can win. Now it's just a matter of, can they be consistent week to week? Can they put together, these setups? Can they put together consistent setups every week and compete and just place well every week? And that's the name of the game. Wins are great, but you need that consistency to be in the top three competing for a team championship. Definitely need that consistency. In the road standings, Apex Predator Racing is your leader. They're up only by 3 points. Low Fuel Racing is second. The Brew Crew is third. Desperado Racing is fourth. Northern Lights Racing is fifth. Delusions of Grandeur is sixth, and Can-Am Racing is seventh. Apex Predator Racing had 2 wins. So far has 2 wins on the season. Low Fuel has 1. Desperado Racing has 1. Northern Lights Racing has 1, and Can-Am Racing has 1. So Apex Predator, they have won championships before in the road. They're looking to get back on track after struggling a little bit last season. Some of it was due to Mercedes issues. So we'll see if they can stay up top. It is only 1 week. We'll see how it goes. Let's take a look at the season schedule for the next gen. As you can see, we are at Martinsville this week. Amelia Rose secures a playoff spot. Because Amelia Rose won, that driver is in the playoffs no matter what. So who will win this week? Who else will secure a spot? Does Amelia Rose win again? If Amelia Rose wins again, then that's one less spot. Somebody can get into playoffs by winning. So you definitely want to see. You don't want to see the same driver win, because that's every time the same driver wins, that's one less spot there is to get into playoffs by winning. The only other option is points. So if you're not doing great in points, the only other way to get in is by winning. So you definitely would want to win if you start struggling in the standings. Winning will definitely is the way to get in. Um, so we'll see how it plays out. But this week we're at Martinsville, and next week we are at Atlanta, mile and a half. So that track is definitely a fast track. And then we hit our first road course in week 4. So that should definitely be fun. Road courses are always fun. Let's take a look at the driver power rankings for the next gen. Amelia Rose is the number 1 of the Brew Crew at a 97. Second is Billy Sauter from Apex with a rating of 95. Third is the rookie in the series, your season 7 truck champion, Stefan Forge, at third for Apex, rated at a 91. Kenny Flourish from Northern Lights, he's fourth, rated at a 90. CJ Slava, Can-Am Racing, he's fifth, rated at an 89. Zach Oldorf, Desperado Racing, he's sixth, rated at a 85. Seventh is Lotus Lee from Low Fuel Racing, he's rated at an 83. Odeon Muldoon, Delusions of Grandeur, he is eighth, rated at an 81. Georgia Paisano from Can-Am Racing, ninth, rated at a 77th. Weezy from Low Fuel Racing, 10th, rated at a 76. So there is a great mixed bag of drivers here from different teams. You know, Brew Crew has 1, Apex has 2, Northern Lights has 1, Can-Am has 2, Low Fuel has 2, DLG has 1, and Desperados has 1. So this just shows you how competitive the league is in this series. We'll see what they can do in week 2. You know, we are only 1 weekend, so it is early. You know, I'm sure these rankings are gonna change a lot every week until we're a few weeks in. Then it kind of evens out a little bit, and you'll see some of the same names here week after week. Let's go back onto the track. Let's take a look at these lap times. And right now we have Justin Chris leading the way with a 19.665. So he's definitely showing some speed. We got Robert Tibbs second, Lotus Lee third, Killmonger fourth, and you know Killmonger didn't struggle last week. He's trying to turn it around. He hasn't had no luck since last season. So, and he didn't start off great last week. Same issues, you know, getting some damage, has to pit, just ruins his race. So he's just definitely looking to turn that bad luck around. Can he do it this week? You know, so far he's running a good practice time. But there could be a lot of factors. You know, right now the track could be warmer. Could be warm. You know, you could have a hot track. Come race day, it could be a cooler track. The conditions are different. Everything handles different. The car handles different. You know, tire wear is different. So we'll see how it plays out. But right now, Killmonger's fourth. Zach is fifth. Kyle Storm is sixth. Billy Sauter is seventh. Merle McGuire is eighth. Gerald Green is ninth. And Freddie Trammell is 10th. So we will see how this plays out for week 2. We had a great week 1. I expect a great week 2. And we'll see who comes out on top and what drivers make victory lane. This has been another edition of ESL Trackside. I will see you guys next time.